at Startup Tucson. And first, I want to welcome all of you and thank you for coming. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop those in the chat kind of as we go. And if I can grab them as I'm going through talking about things, we will answer them then. If not, we will answer them after. So our agenda for today is kind of our welcome to Startup Tucson. We'll do our introductions to the fundamental series, as well as momentum program, and then a Q&A. So I am Kenisha, and I am the program manager here at Startup Tucson. And then we're going to go around and kind of introduce our team, and then we'll jump into our programming. So Sophia, you want to take it away?
Hi, everyone. I'm Sophia Gonzalez. I'm the community coordinator, and really glad that you're here today.
Dre?
My name is Dre Thompson, and I am the Executive VP of Startup Tucson. And we have been spending all the last few months cooking up so many new programs. And we're about to do a new website launch, so I'm super excited to give you guys all the first sneak peeks of all the work that we've been doing. So.
And Liz?
Hi guys, I think I know most of you. If I haven't had a chance to meet you yet, I look forward to learning more about what you're building. My name is Liz Pocock, and I'm the CEO of Startup Tucson, and I'm very, very excited that you are here and have included us in your business journey.
Perfect. Thank you guys for introducing yourselves. So we're going to jump into our programming. So Startup Tucson is a nonprofit working to transform our region's economy through entrepreneurship and innovation. And through Startup Tucson, we have some free networking events that we offer. We offer coffee, and that's the first Wednesday of every month. That has changed. We also offer innovation economics or egg salad, and that happens on the third Thursday of every month. And that is more of our higher level education that's free, and we bring in people that are nationwide. We have our entrepreneurial education, and that is our fundamental series. We have our ecosystem newsletter. So if you received a newsletter yesterday, it is new, it is fresh, it is pretty, it is packed with all kinds of information, all kinds of education, as well as events that are happening throughout the city and the state of Arizona. We have our free network membership. So if you've been through any of our programming, our Labs 101, or maybe the Thrive series at some point in time, you may be a network member. But if you're not a network member and you've been through our series in any way, shape, or form, make sure you apply through our growth tracker to become a member. And then we have our free mentoring and coaching that we do through Connection Services. And then we have the largest pitch competition, which is idea funding. We also host 10 West. And then we have perks for company specific. So we have like our email newsletter. We have some Amazon things where we get discounts that we pass on to you guys. So because you're here, I want to say that you've been through 101, but maybe you haven't. Maybe you've been through one of our one-off series, like our legal, our financial business planning, or our legal strategy, anything like that. But if you have been, you know that our 101 is our intro to lean startup method. And that's where we teach you about how to kind of lay out your business plan. And we really focus on the problem and the solution in your business. And so with that, it's a hands-on design opportunity for you to tinker and iterate and then scrap and rebuild any part of your business. And then we go through it and give you that one-on-one hands-on, as well as you guys work together to really focus on the problem and solution. So if you haven't been through 101, in order to do 102 through 105 with the graduation of 106, you need to take 101. If you're farther along in your business, please send us an email to myself, Liz, or Dre, and we will talk to you more about that and where we think you should fit in. 102, which is our new part of the fundamental series. Some of you guys have taken 102 when we did our kind of beta testing, but now it is secure, it's done, it's in the fundamentals, and we're excited to start teaching that again. It's discovering your competition and developing your special sauce. It is a 2-hour class that's designed to give entrepreneurs the opportunity to identify your competition and develop your unique value proposition. That is like the second and third boxes in the Lean Canvas. We really want you to focus on discovering who your competition is so you know who you're up against, and then developing your special sauce, which is like your unique value proposition, your UVP, what people want to know, what people want to buy into, and that's going to help you get your first customer. We really break down how to find who your competition is, and then as you go through the series, we teach you how to kind of jump in and find out more about them. In 103, we work on understanding your customer, and this is one, customer interviewing. We identify your target market customers. So everyone is not your customer, which we hear all the time. Oh, I have this business. Oh, I'm selling this thing and I can sell it to everyone. But if that was the case, then you would have all the customers and you wouldn't be in this class. So we really want you to define who that customer is, identify that target market customer, and then we're going to do an intro to calculating the total addressable market. So who is your whole total market, and then what part of that market can you successfully jump into and target and sell to? And then we go into 104, and Dre is going to take it from here. Can't hear you, Dre.
Okay, cool. So the series, this all kind of leads up to preparing to launch. And this is where you really start to do the core validation of your work. And if you've taken 101, you'll be familiar with the idea of validation, that essentially we want to make sure that before you spend a single dollar on anything on your business, or really really start to get out into the market and start launching, that you have a clear sense of your validation. And so you do this through testing. And so you do very quick and easy quick tests to make sure that, yep, I think my hunches are right. I suspected that people are going to love this, and by golly, they do. And that's really what we kind of teach, is what are all the methods and strategies about how you're actually going to validate and test that you can do to make sure that when you take that first step, you're totally confident that you have customers on day one. And that's really the goal of this entire series, is that on day one, you already are going to start making money, which is good. Okay, and so part of this is also pricing. You're going to test the pricing. This is a question so many entrepreneurs have a question about. How do I value my services? How do I position them within the market? There's a tendency, okay, I'll just make it as cheap as possible, but really, is that what your long-term strategy is? So we're going to talk about pricing, and it's kind of like the art and science of pricing. And then specifically for folks that have particular products or services, making sure that you've worked out what is the core essence of that product that you need to nail on day one to make it super successful and make your customers delighted and happy with your product. And what are the features that maybe down the line you want to start adding in? So this is a real meaty session where we are getting you ready to go out into the world and bring your product into market with as much success as possible right out the bat.
Perfect. And then we're going to go into 105, which is financial basics, and that will be taught by Liz.
Everybody's favorite topic, the numbers and the finance. So one other note on 104, it's also really good if you're adding a new product. So even if you already have your business up and running and you're looking at adding another line of services, especially right now with so many of our entrepreneurs needing to pivot for one reason or another, you're looking at offering something online or to a new group. The testing and validation that Dre and Kenesha will go over in that class is really, really helpful so that you can use lean techniques to really do that as fast as possible before you spend too much money going in the wrong direction. And so speaking of money, Fundamentals 105 is really designed to be finance for non-financial founders. So if you don't have a finance background, you don't love digging into numbers, you really have kind of maybe been avoiding that whole part of your business, that's what we're going to cover in 105. We can't cover everything because it's only 2 hours, but we are going to go through looking at your cash flow, how to create a profit and loss sheet, what are fixed costs, what do you need to do to break even? And then we're also going to look a little bit at creative and challenging revenue models. So what are ways that you can come up with reoccurring revenue, and what are things that can kind of run in the background of your business? and then also what are some challenging revenue models and how can you overcome those? So are you a seasonal business where you're going to see, more sales around Christmas and maybe holidays, or are you going to see kind of even throughout the year? Are you going to see a drop in summer? And how can you put some systems in place that will help you predict when those things are going to happen and kind of be mindful about how you build that into your model? And then the last thing we'll cover is how you work with a finance professional. So how do you work with a CPA when you decide that you need to hire them? How can you effectively use a bookkeeper? What are some tools online that you can use that can help you kind of manage these different things? And this is all being co-developed with one of our favorite mentors, Gina Catalano. She's spent a ton of time in this space. And so she has a lot of really great insights for founders on kind of this scary part of your business, but something that's so, so important to get at least kind of a grip on before you get started so that it doesn't remain scary as you grow. And so that's really what we're going to cover in 105.
Perfect. So as we're going through this process, guys, from 101 to 105, there is homework. We believe in you have to do the work in your business to make sure your business grows. So after each class, you will have homework that you need to work on, but we're also building in a graduation and demo day into the Fundamentals series. So through this process of 101 through 105, we want you to also work on a pitch deck. So we will give you a template for you to kind of fill in the blanks, change the colors, make it your own through Canva. So it's free and it's easy and simple. But when we get to the point of the graduation and demo day, you will then show your pitch deck, and we'll go into that in just a second. The other thing I want you guys to think about as you're thinking about fundamentals and growing your business is we hear a lot of the time, well, I have a website, I have a business, what's next? And it's that foundation and that plan you need to actually build a business. So if anything goes wrong and you need to pivot, you have that foundation to go back to. So let's jump into graduation and demo day. Dre? Can't hear you.
Okay. So we're really excited about this feature. So basically, just like Kanisha was saying, throughout the whole process, you're going to be adding to your pitch deck at the end of every single one of these sessions. And so by the end, you're going to have sort of a complete story of your company. And whether or not you're looking for investment, it is so, so important to be able to effectively communicate what your idea is, simply, clearly, beautifully, and so that you're just laser focused on exactly what you're doing so that you can really build momentum around your company. So all of these courses are going to lead up to this demo day where you have an opportunity to pitch your company in front of investors and mentors and your peers alike, and really just show the community what it is that you're working on and get more people excited and into what you're doing. This is also a really exciting time. We're going to talk about once you've graduated, you're eligible for our Momentum Mentor Sprint. And so this is where mentors are actually going to be looking at you and saying, that's the company I want to work with. So this is a great opportunity for that. It's a celebration of the hard work that you've done. And it's really just a great way to introduce your business to a broader community of mentors and investors and entrepreneurs and peers. And so you'll have a little graduation, you'll have a little certificate, you'll do your demo, and then that will sort of start to kick off the whole series of the growth aspect. What's really great about this is that when community partners know that you've graduated from Startup Tucson's Fundamental Series, that opens up a bunch of new doors for you. So we have programs with CIC that they're like, oh, did they graduate from the Fundamental? Check. Okay, cool. Like they are a lot of trust that we've built throughout our entire community with folks that have been through all this process, and they know that you have a really solid foundation with your business. So the graduation kind of just puts that little check mark in your box that you are ready for the next steps. And so we're really excited about kind of adding this fun piece to it. And then are we talking about Momentum Mentor Sprints next?
We'll talk about your advanced technical workshops. So I'm gonna stop sharing so you can share.
Okay, great. So, oh wait, can you make me eligible to share?
Okay, while they're doing that, so the way that the workshops are offered is in a sequential order, like the numbers say, but it's every Tuesday, and the times are on the website, but every Tuesday from 3 to 5 p.m. And they'll be each week. And like Kanisha said, there'll be homework in between. And then our graduation will be the Thursday after 105. And so that will be a chance for all of us to come together and celebrate. But that's kind of how the structure of the workshop works. And so like we said before, completing the full fundamental series qualifies you for some additional things. If certain pieces feel like they're more attractive to you, you can pick and choose the first time around and then come and take the next ones with us the next time we run the fundamentals. The plan, we'll be running this in the September dates that are published right now, August, September dates, and then we'll be running it again one more time in October. And then the next iteration won't be until January. So those are kind of your options to enroll from now moving forward. We do have a package on the website. So if you sign up for the membership option for the fundamentals, you can get all 5 courses together. And so if you're planning to take all 5 of them, that's a much better deal from a pricing perspective. And then you're kind of part of that full cycle. Otherwise, you can purchase them individually, all on the education page. And Dre can show you that now.
Yeah. So this is why I'm excited is we are going to be launching our new website on Monday. So you guys are the very first people that get to see it, and it's not 100% done yet. So if you see something wrong, just let me know. But essentially, we're trying to make it super easy for folks to know and identify what programs and services we have for where you're at. So we have a whole first-time founders program right here. We have specific services for small businesses. We have specific services for scaling ventures. So you've already launched, you already have customers, and you are growing like crazy. And so you need different types of support services for you. So we have that. We also have this new corporate innovation courses and services for organizations that are well established but really want to freshen up, focus on pivoting right now. We have so many companies who are looking at that, so we have specific services for that. And then we're going to talk a little bit more. We've totally revamped our mentoring programs and services, so we're going to talk a bit more about that. We are also launching the digital guide. So we've actually created an entire guide to the Startup Tucson, the Tucson ecosystem, all the different business networking, economic development, chambers and network, workspaces, accelerators, incubators, to make it super easy for entrepreneurs to know, okay, what's available in Tucson? How do I get connected? So we're actually launching this. So this will be pretty exciting. And should be a really useful tool for folks to know what's out there besides what Startup Tucson is doing. And then obviously we have our connection services, and we can walk you through this stuff one-to-one as well. Okay, and then I also wanted to do a quick walkthrough of our new programs, because we have a ton of new programs and services that we are working on. Click, click, click. Hello, hello, hello. It's getting there. It's thinking about it. My internet is acting slow today. Okay, there we go. So again, you can search them by the type of, oops. I got excited there. So you can search the website for exactly what type of company you are, but then we wanted sort of an overview of all the new things that we're doing. So we have our events and networking, Startup Coffee you might be familiar with, Startup Nights, these are obviously free. We're starting a new program called Founders Fire at the Forge, and it is, you have to apply to get in. It is, it's really for company founders that are growing and want to meet with and connect with established founders in a really powerful way. So that's an exciting new event that we're building. So those are kind of all our programs and events. And then our education, we have our labs, which we talked about, fundamentals we just talked about. I'm going to talk a little bit more about our advanced and technical workshops, our Action Advisor program, where we're going to talk about that when we talk about mentoring, Momentum Mentor Sprint, which I'm excited about. Tech Prep, we're starting a whole new program sponsored by the city of Tucson to help people secure jobs in the tech sectors that will include education around how to do programming and also different types of services around the technology space. And our resources are all here. You can see we have a ton of new resources. And then We have a ton of new additional initiatives. We're working on Remote Tucson. We're bringing a website launch box, which is basically a super effective way to get a beautiful website up and off the ground. Really inexpensive, but a great way for folks that are like having maybe some technical difficulties or are a little bit afraid about building their own website. So we help you through that. So let me just quickly navigate to the new workshop section. We'll talk a bit about those. So these are outside of our fundamental series. So you can see, oh, look, here we are right now. We're in the Q&A section. So you'll see, you know, our Labs 102, those are all coming up here. Like we said, there'll be an option to purchase these in a bundle, or you can just purchase them one by one if you want. They're all $10 individually, a little bit less when you bundle them up. Okay, our advanced and technical workshops. These are all facilitated by leading experts in their field. And these are, they're different, you know, some are full day, some are half day, some are more than that. And so anything that you're interested in taking, so right now we have finding financing. So for folks who are looking for, how do I get loans? How do I get VC capital? How do I think about getting angel investors? We have a course on that. Leasing and buying property, co-founders and partners in startups. That's a really important thing. How you're going to structure that from the beginning. Establishing an entity. Do you have an LLC? We have a branding masterclass, a goal setting masterclass, customer journey mapping, agile project management, advanced pitch deck presentation and preparation, and a design thinking workshop. The description of those are here. So if you're interested in taking these, you click, 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 put in your name, and then we will reach out to you. We'll set the date and get those online when we have folks interested in taking these courses. So a little bit about how we did our course catalog, but it should be a little bit easier in this format. Was there anything else that I needed to go over? Okay. Oh, this is the this. Okay, great.
Perfect. Thank you, Dre. We are going to jump into our momentum mentor sprint. Liz, you want to take it away?
Yeah, so we've restructured the way. We have a lot of really amazing mentors in Tucson that are excited to work with all of you. And so we've restructured the way a little bit based on feedback from some of you and some of them, how we pair mentors and mentees. So now we're gonna have a formal 2-month program called Momentum Mentor Sprint. And the concept is that the mentor will really help you through a particular goal you have for your business. And so if that's to get your website launched, if that's to prototype your first product, if that's, you know, to actually incorporate your business and get all the legal side of that done, you'll be paired with a mentor based on whatever your specific goal is and their expertise. And then they'll spend the 2 months working with you directly to really get you to that place. And so it's really meant for if you're ready to dive in, you're ready to be focused for 2 months, they're going to commit their time to you for 2 months. Here's some eligibility requirements. So you do need to be a network member. You need to have finished the full fundamentals. So this guarantees that we're all kind of starting from the same place. There is a $50 program fee for this one because there's so much participation from both. You're going to be paired with both a mentor and then someone from our team, whether that's Dre, Kanisha, or I. And so we'll be there the whole time to make sure that you're meeting those goals, that you're kind of hitting the milestones that you have weekly and monthly, and that you really can accomplish what you set out to do in those 2 months. And so after 104, anybody that's completed all of them, you'll get an application to apply where you'll specify what that specific goal is, and then you'll be able to participate in this new program. And then in addition to this program, we have a few other mentor opportunities that are coming online in September. And so we're starting action advising sessions. So we have a lot of really great mentors that are more tactical in nature. So they can help you think about how you actually build that business, or how do you do your SEO, or how do you get your social campaign under control. And so these action advisors will have advising sessions that you can sign up for on the back end of our website. We're going to have 3 sessions in September, so stay tuned for that email. And then we've had this in the past, but we have on-demand expert pairing. So the other mentors that we have in our system, you'll access those through connection services. So really make sure that you're taking advantage of that program through the network membership. And so connection services, just to remind everybody, you can meet with Kanisha, Dre, or I up to once a month. Again, we're here to support you, see where you are, see what your goals are, give you some specific connections, whether that's to some of our expert mentors or to other resources here in town. And then after you've kind of done some of those things, you can come back and schedule your next session. So if you haven't done a connection service yet with Kanisha as your first intake one, I encourage all of you to schedule that. That's a really, really great program that we provide for free and can really help you understand kind of one-to-one what your next steps are.
If you have no other questions, feel free, if you have questions after this, to email us at info@startuptucson.com or Kanisha@startuptucson.com, or just go to the website and click, and then it'll give you somebody's email. It'll find one of us. But we look forward to seeing you in the Fundamentals series. If you've already taken 102 and 103 and you want to jump in at 104, that's fine. If you just want a refresher, shoot me an email and we'll get you in the classes. But if there's no other questions, you guys have a wonderful day. And again, thank you for joining us.